In this video, I'm going to teach you about a very crummy mindset to have. It could be to do with fitness or with any goal you're working to achieve in trying to improve yourself. I'm going to teach you about a crummy mindset and a better mindset to take instead in place of it. And here in November, where we're about less than 2 months from the new year, it's to do with New Year, and specifically with New Year's resolutions, how many have to wait for the new year to start working on something to improve themselves. I don't have any qualms with New Year's resolutions, but the problem is the underlying mindset that you got to wait for like a special time. It always is in the future and not as of current. You got to wait for this special time to be getting started with something. It's always geared with improving yourself. So we see a lot of health-related New Year's resolutions with lose weight's the big one, but it could be just with improving your physique, with gaining muscle, with getting stronger. Sometimes it could be input-related goals with these same types of health-related goals too. They'd be lose weight, gain muscle, whatever. Input-related goals with I'm going to make it a point to work out more. I'm going to make it a point to eat healthier. I'm going to make it a point to walk more often. I'm going to make it a point to make some kind of a better lifestyle decision. Guys, there's nothing wrong with any of these goals, nothing wrong with even a New Year's resolution, but get started on your New Year's resolution now. The crummy mindset related part that I want to go over is just this thing of having a special time to do something, which indirectly entails you're putting off doing something that you know is going to be better for you, that you should have every incentive to get started with immediately to get to where you want to be quicker and to just learn the ropes quicker, as especially when you tackle things with yourself. If you're not working with a coach or a trainer, or you just don't really know fully what you're doing because it's a total lifestyle adjustment for you. It entails that there's going to be learning involved. You're not going to know to do all the things you should be. And it's even for coaches, we got to learn somewhat about you to figure what is the best way to help you to get something done, what works with your temperament, what's your style that you need to be coached. There's so for you that are tackling it on your own, there's going to be a learning curve involved. There's a learning curve too, and when you have someone helping you to do it, when you have good guidance of what to do, let alone those that are going to be tackling it on their own accord. All right, so it's the crummy mindset. The crummy mindset to be taking is to be it could be with procrastination. It could be just you just don't want to do it yet, and you just are a talker. But basically, the crummy mindset is that you got something that you want to get done, that in improvement of yourself, could be with fitness or something else, and it's like you have some time in the future that's a better time to get started. It's a crummy mindset with very few exceptions. I'm not, sometimes there are reasons, legitimate reasons, in terms of you want to get started with fitness. You have a couple weeks of work where you're out of town. You have to be working a lot extra. It's like if you get started then after in that week that you're back in town and in your element, like there's no qualms with that. There are legitimate things, but a lot of these New Year's resolutioners, this isn't the thing. It's not that these next 2 months of the year, or whatever amount of time, is just that it's just not legitimately not a good time. It's never a good time for some of these people with New Year's resolutions. That's why these New Year's resolutioners, you see the same New Year's resolutioners making the same New Year's resolutions every year. And it's never from a perspective of that they've made gains and their New Year's resolution is still to keep improving. Their starting point is the same every year as well, or worse. So it just tells you something about that mindset that you need a New Year's to make a New Year's resolution. It's gonna have to make another video on this too, especially since we're close to the New Year, to see how this whole concept of New Year's resolutions came up about in the first place. It's probably some kind of bogus thing to begin with, because usually when you have these kinds of things, you see such bogus behavior come of it. Probably came from a bogus type of thing that they came up with in the first place. What the source of it? How do we come about as a society that we have this idea of New Year's resolutions? Guys, here's the mindset to be having. The mindset to be having is if there's something that you want to be doing to improve yourself, you need to get started now. All right. And within practicality, like we talked about, a very practical person. I don't like to give these woo-woo talks. If you're listening to this now, take your phone, throw it against the wall, go out and run a lap if you need to lose weight. I'm not a woo-woo motivational guy, but some of you apparently need that more. And you just for intensive purposes for you need to get started now, because you're gonna, if you go in, if you get going with the next thing, you're gonna see your donuts on the table that you have, and you're gonna keep just screwing off and doing the things you have to be where you are. You know, it's guys, here's the mindset hack. You got to get started now if it's something important. And the reason being is because it does not get easier to get started at another point. It will not get easier for you to start next year, which is in 2 months or whatever time it is. If you're in the same spot for 2025, and it's June of 2024, it doesn't get easier with time. It gets harder, if anything. It almost assuredly is going to get harder. So that's the incentive you have. You want to get started now with improving yourself, even if they're small steps with fitness related goals. You get started 2 or 3 times a week doing workouts, 2 or 3 workouts a week. And you start making slightly better choices with your food intake, with what you're eating, with your nutrition. You make better choices with lifestyle, just simple little things. If you enjoy nature, you make it a point to be getting outdoors and walking more often. What else? You find fun activities to be doing on your weekends that involve getting outdoors, that involve something with, if you enjoy hiking, you'd make it a point instead of doing this kind of activity on your weekends, going out, derping off, goofing around, drinking too much, eating too much food. You go get outdoors, go hiking, go to a park, take a bike ride. You can do it in small steps, but what you don't want to do is put it off and not do anything at all, waiting in the future. All right. So again, the bad mindset is putting it off when you're going to do it, having some kind of special time. Well, I don't know, the New Year's, if there's special little pixie dust in the air, makes it easier to reach New Year's goals. Maybe there's special little pixie dust in the air, makes it harder to reach your goals if you start in the new year. That's what you judge, right? It doesn't work that way, guys. That's the bad mindset. Putting it off, whether it be for New Year's resolution, whether it's the next week, next month, whatever mindset, that's bad. The mindset to take is you start doing what you can now. You start learning the ropes. You get through the learning curve phase quicker, and you just do, and you make incremental changes to be improving yourself, but you start right away. That's the mindset to take. Crummy mindset, New Year's resolution mindset. All right. For those of you that legitimately do the New Year's resolution and stick to it, and that's legitimately, for some reason for you, that works for you, I got no qualms with that. But for most, it doesn't work that way. Guys, that's what I got for today. Thanks for tuning in. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. I cover a lot of content helping you with gaining muscle, getting stronger, just to teach you some of the training and nutrition science, as well as this more mindset related things to help motivate you. Please subscribe if not already. Those of you who are subscribed, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for the support. Follow me on Instagram too, at Nick Venuto Fitness. And that's all I got for now. My Calendly's below as well if you need some help with reaching your fitness goals. Take care. See you in the next one.